Alright, today we're going to do some spring scouting. It's March 22nd. I put a camera up in the swamp. I scouted it around Christmas. I put a couple cameras in there. I'm going to take one out that I think was a little unnecessary, and I'm going to move it to another area that I found last weekend. And I'm going to look at some new stuff too. So I got a couple cameras. I'm going to look at some new spots, and then I'm going to put the cameras in the best spots that out of the spots I find today, plus the ones I found last weekend. So I'm gonna let you guys take a look at inside look at what I really like to set up on. I got some different spots, different types of setup, so it'll give you kind of a wide range of what I'm looking for, and so we'll see what happens. Right here, this is the internal trail to the marsh, the internal transition. On this side of the marsh is going to be the other transition, the external trail. So what I'm looking for is, I always find this trail and then I look for these mud runs that come in and out of the swamp. So right here's a good mud run. Right here we're just starting on this piece. I've never been on it. And I'm almost gonna guarantee you there's a good, see, this is good. This is good right here. This is a good, they're coming in and out right here. See that's coming right out. Coming right out into the marsh here. So now right here we're gonna jump on this. This is the transition trail. That's gonna be the downwind side of the woods. Right here, nice rub. We're gonna cut over here. Now right here, here's the downwind. This is the other side of the transition. The downwind side. You can see this. And they like these trails with the wind going through this way. See, there's buck sign, old rubs. Right here we got a water feature. See that? It's a pinch too at the same time. I'm on the other side of this water feature. A lot of times what these deer will do is they'll bed up against these water features and you'll see the trail that wraps it. That's the most downwind side, and they can just roll around these water features. And this is kind of exactly what I thought. I actually seen this just e-scouting. I figured it'd be good, which it might not be that overlooked because you can kind of see it e-scouting. But I'm not seeing any other stands by this there's a bed right here. This kind of confirms what I was looking for. I'm on that downwind trail coming from this way. Here's a nice big old rub. Okay. And what you could do with these features like this is you come across this lake with a kayak. This is a kayak, it's just a little pond. But you can make all the disturbance on that side of the woods, but you're hunting a deer on this side of the woods, you're pretty far away. You drag a kayak, you slip in with the wind blowing over the water, and then this is the most downwind trail. And you set up one of these, if you gotta find a tree that's decent enough to set up on this side that looks into an opening, or you wanna hunt this trail if you can get a scrape or just a trail. It just depends on how it all lays out. You gotta use your imagination. But this is the most downwind trail. You're pinned up against the lake. You can blow your wind over the water. Got the lake wrap trail. That's my trail. That's the trail I hunt all over the country if I can find it. It's one of my favorite. Got the big buck rub sign. We're in the bedding, so it's looking good so far. We'll see what happens. See, this thing's getting hit both ways. It's getting hit going this way, and it's getting hit going that way. That rub, it's right there. And just as I suspected, here's the beds. Bed here, some bed here, bed there. And they could lay anywhere in here too. There's a lot of good spots, but these are kind of like obvious beds, right? Bed there, trail. But now I'm gonna do some investigating, look for hunter sign, and then maybe set up a spot here. I don't know if it's a camera worthy, but I'll mark a tree. And we'll see what's gonna happen here. Got a bed right here. See poop in the bed. Bed right here. There's beds all over. Bed here. Look at this trail. This tree, see this? Right here, that deer died right here. So, I mean, yeah, this is all, you know, these are beds right here, bed here. This is a good spot. Kind of like a main trail in between the swamp and this hill. Kind of wheeze up through this valley. Kind of surprised I don't see a tree stand right here. That's a good sign. Got some old rubs. It's kind of really, this is a pinch. It's pretty nice. Got the hills coming with the swamps, the main trail right here. I don't know, it looks pretty good. Down here in this low spot between these hills. Some good bedding in here, some good rubs. Exit rubs. Coming out. One here. One there. Nice opening right here, and then I seen this tree stand. It's a good spot. Got this nice opening here in the bedding. And then, yeah, there's a tree stand right there. So it's a pretty good spot. I always mark these guys as tree stands too on my mapping.
We have become conscious that we will never decrease efforts towards attempting to be better. We understand that if we aren't growing, we are dying. We simply refuse to accept status quo. We will continue to gain education through experience, and when we kill that buck of a lifetime, there will have been nothing accidental about it. Be surgical.
Okay, I'm finding the tree stands now. Where is it? Well, it's up there, but on this hill, this bench, I wanted to check. And then there's a point down here in this marsh. There's a tree stand on that marsh. So, starting to get into the human pressure. Thought it was going to be overlooked there for a minute. I couldn't, no way there's not people in here hunting, but I'm finding them now. So, what I like to do, I'll mark all these guys' stands. And I'll hunt them if I needed to. I mean, if they're in the right spot or something, but I don't think I've really ever done that much. Maybe once or twice, but we'll see. I'm still looking for that good scrape. I set up by that pond, or whatever, yeah, the pond. It looked good. No sign over there. Lots of rubbing, lots of beds. That's probably my best spot so far. So I like to find a nice scrape today that's overlooked somehow in some weird spot. It's kind of my goal. So we're just gonna keep working this area. Got a couple more hours to spare, so. But yeah, I want to check this ridge. It's kind of cool. I don't know, this guy's got a ladder stand right here. And there was some pretty good bedding down in the low spot. But there was a stand down there too. So, I don't know. I think this spot's probably good at night. You can see it scratched up. Eating these acorns. There's beech trees in here too. But these are them obvious spots on the map. Guy on a shitter spots. You know. I figure I always look for, at least look and see if the good spots are going to be good. Because sometimes there's no one there, like that spot by that pond. It looked good on a map, but then I looked and there was no one hunting it. So I'll take them, and then what you end up doing is you check the other spots that look good and you find the human pressure. And then what you can do is find the overlooked spots that aren't getting pressure. So we're gonna keep working. There's some scrapes on this point behind me. I don't know, it seems too obvious off the map, but there's some good trails coming in it. I marked a tree. I don't know if it's camera worthy just because I'm worried that I probably might just get a bunch of people on it, but there's some pretty sweet trails that all kind of lead up over here. This trail's pretty nice too. On the edge of this swamp there's kind of a point right there. There's some little, two little scrapes over there. I'm still trying to find the one though. Okay, I'm into this spot, but like again, I just feel like I don't know if there's some freaking super sweet trails coming out of the swamp right here. It's all meeting up to this edge. Got a scrape under this oak tree here, right there, dangling. This is good. This is almost camera worthy. I'm gonna take an inventory. I'm gonna take a good look at everything before I put a camera. I've done that in the past where I put up a camera and find a better spot, but scrape here. I mean, just like I said, the only spot I worry that this spot's gonna have a bunch of human traffic. I'm gonna have to look around really hard. I'm gonna leave a camera here, but I'm starting to get into what I wanted to find for a camera, which is some nice scrapes on some oaks on a point where everything comes together. It's a little too open for me, but I don't see anyone hunting here, but there's mobile hunters around here too, so. All right, another scrape right here, oak tree. Well, I usually find them on oak trees or beech trees. Right here, more trails. The other ones were right over here. It's all kind of coming together right here. I just wonder if they're making it here. Another scrape here. I don't know if I can get up in one of these trees over here or what. I want to go out here, kind of confirm the bedding, do a walk around, see if I see any stands, see what else I see. Over there, first bed's right here in the swamp. Pretty good bed here. Nice trails. Let's take a look at it. Bed right there. Bed right here. We're already in beds right off the bat here. This is pretty good. It's not too deep a swamp either. I like that. I don't like that deep shit. Lots of runs in here. I bet there's going to be some good bedding up in here. It's a nice crossing. Main crossing in the skinny point. Here's the main trail. Looks like it's going to that point. Probably the doe trail right here. Look at that. It's going right up to that point over there. I don't know. Let's keep finding some more beds. See if we can find a big rub maybe. I think that spot might be an evening setup. I look for more evening setups because my house is, my property is such a good morning setup that I usually don't hunt public in the morning. But I think that spot with the scrapes would be a good evening spot. I'm still in the bedding here. It's just really good. I've seen lots of beds, lots of good trails. Well, I like to find more evening spots for public, but I'll take morning spots. Sometimes I put Cousin Al on it. Here you can see this dogwood. Look how it's just mowed down. I'm just kind of confirming the bedding. I don't get too caught up in like single beds, as long as there's a few of them. This little trail here, fucking going through the bedding here. Some rub markers. A younger buck, but I mean, look at this. These things tore up. Yeah, right here. I'm walking back over to them scrapes. Kind of walked around the bedding. It looked good. Debating on setting up this spot over here. I don't see hunter sign, but it seems like an obvious spot. So I got 4 spots and 3 cameras, so that's what I'm going through in my head. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. So, and I got limited time, so I might have to come back later. I gotta bring my daughter somewhere, but really quick. But we'll go here and look at this spot real good. Look at some trees. Think about the wind. Think about some of them. And I'll bring you guys to these other spots too. We're gonna get 3 cameras up here on video, and I think they're all kind of different too in their own way. So examples of a setup that I like. Kind of confirms my thought now. Got a wood grain boomer right here. Actually, it's broke right there. I don't know. Oh, that's why this spot's just too obvious. I can't believe. Maybe them scrapes are opened up like that because this dude ain't even hunting no more. Because that back strap ain't even. Oh yeah, there's an orange one on there. Yeah, it's just too obvious of a spot. I'll come back in a couple of years and check it. But it is sweet. If this was on private land, it'd be like beyond all beyond. Alright, taking a different route back. This back side over here has got another transition edge. I'm gonna walk that out. See if I can't find something overlooked, because it's overlooked, right? Because why? Because I didn't go there at first, right? So a lot of times that's the spots that are the spots, because you gravitate, everyone kind of gravitates towards the same spots. I'm on a really nice trail right here. So I'm gonna walk this transition edge up here on the way out, see if I can find an overlooked spot. Usually when I don't think about a spot, and I've been kicking around out here for whatever, 10 years or whatever, who knows, Boogeyman, that it's usually a good spot because I think about this shit all the time. So I got a nice trail going into here. So get up on this edge, walk this edge out, and then I got 3 spots and 3 cameras. Now I'm debating if I only want to put 2 out, kind of save one. We'll see. There's a rub in here. Not really impressed so far, but there was a buck in here. Not bad. Pretty decent. Oh, old rub. Maybe bedding right here. Might be one bedding right here. Right in this little opening down here. It's all rubbed on both sides. Another rub over here. Maybe this is a little overlooked spot. Bedding right in here. Had some rubs. Have another rub right here. Nice trail going in. And there's a road right here. There's some high ground right here. This is a perfect spot for an SD camera. And a nice evening spot overlooked right off the road. I mean, maybe even setting up a mock. Be cool if there's a scrape right here. Take this trail right over here. It's going right over to this high spot right here. Alright, so I'm down to 3 spots and 3 cameras, but I don't even know if I'm going to put all 3 out. I think I'm just going to put 2 out, so I'm just debating on which 2 spots. And then I'll take you guys in there and show you kind of what it looks like. Yeah, I think the best spot was probably by the pond. You know, the good scrapes I did find had 2 tree stands near them, and I just can't imagine people not being all over that spot. I'm just gonna, I can't see a mature buck showing up right there. I mean, it could in daylight, I don't know. But yeah, so let's let me figure out what I'm gonna do, and then we'll go back, we'll get them hung up, and it'll be a good day. Got a couple spots, a couple cameras up, and it's all just bonus stuff because And then I got to really get cracking on my yard. I got to stop messing around out here in the public. But I just keep seeing spots on the map, and it's like, I can go put one more up, check one more spot. So we'll see. Another thing too is like I don't like find a rub and like go back to his bed or whatever they think the bed is at the time. I don't try to like hunt down a deer like inside a piece. I like to find inside of the piece like the best setup to catch a deer, where like everything's in my advantage, but he thinks it's in his advantage. It's these deer set up in these spots that they pick everybody off coming in on them. So like I'm not really hunting a Pacific deer. I'm hunting the most bulletproof spot in the piece of property that I'm hunting that I can get in and out of without the deer knowing. And if the big buck is in this area and he goes through that spot, I'm gonna get him. So I don't have like a wasted sit where I do, not that it's wasted, like an observation sit, move in on them and all this, and that can be done, and it is done all the time, but you know, usually you're bumbling around, stumbling around, you're probably just spooking deer. So I just like to find the best spot, the spot within the spot, and run that play. Alright, here's the setup. I gotta be careful how much this camera sees, guys. Right here, I'm gonna come up with the boat part right here. Then I'm gonna slip up right up here. Here's my tree. It's this oak tree right here. Right there's the water. I can blow the wind right over this water like this, and I'm invincible. Now, I got this scrape set up right here. It's only 18-20 yards from this tree, right off the water. This is one of my favorite type of spots to hunt because it's invincible. And I'm gonna take you over here. I'm gonna show you these. This is a triple scrape underneath a beech tree, and I got my camera set up over here. So this is one of them undefeated spots, some boogie spots. This is why you're here. You wanted to see what the Boogeyman's all about. I'm about the perfect spot. They don't want to see me in my spot because it's unstoppable. Right here, beech tree, boom, scrape, 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 triple scrape, okay? I souped these up with DH3 too, and then these things are prime, ready to be juiced. They're ready to, this is already a badass scrape. I just juiced it up. Now, over here, okay, right there's the water. Yeah, this is the first spot I'm setting up for today. It's gonna be a good one. Catch these bucks skirting these waterways. The most downwind side of any woodlot is butted up against water. So, the next spot I'm gonna take you guys to is gonna be a overlooked thicket. And we're gonna set that spot up too. It's just gonna be just as nasty. Wait till you see this scrape. It's badass. Actually, my friend showed me this scrape. It was a gift scrape, and it's pretty badass. So, when I tell you guys, Boogeyman ain't ever been smelled, that's why he ain't never been smelled.
Left beam, right beam. Guess what? With the RSM, it doesn't matter. The reversible hook accommodates for either a left beam antler or a right beam antler that you want to put on the wall. Versatility, so as you're shed hunting, don't discriminate, pick them all up. We got you covered. Good luck shed hunting, guys.